finding a way to provide alternatives. We've continued to leverage the alternative decisions in the FICO platform, refine those through a little bit of a tougher economic cycle, but really to provide those options for consumers. And that's been steadfast for us, is looking for ways to make sure that we're providing something that works for the consumer. FICO's been a critical part of that, being able to adapt decision strategies quicker, put those out in a more controlled, automated fashion, and really provide good solutions to the consumers.
Last year, we showed a lot how we developed on the individual's customer experience on credit, which was necessary for us to pass through those pandemic times. We needed to help families to restructure their debts. And I think during the last 12 months, what we did is the same for companies. So we started now developing new credit journeys for companies. And for sure, I need to say that because price is my area of expertise. So we developed a lot of price algorithms with FICO Platform. We expect that by the end of this year, we will have more than 60% of our revenue pool being decided by a FICO Platform in terms of price. I'm sure this year will be remembered in Bradesco as the hyper-personalization year for price. We started and it's very important because remember, we are big banks, so a lot of legacy systems. So in order to do it right, we spend a lot of time on building the structure to make it able for our prices to be calculated at FICO Platform. So over 6-8 months doing that. And we did that for digital channels, for the branch channel, so we could respect our omni-channel approach to the customer, which I think was really, really relevant. What we started with auto loans this year is a pilot project, and the results are already impressive. We got 188% increase in automatic price decision at the platform. We reduced maintenance times for variables and models, and by doing all of that, we increased our spreads by 11%. And I think it's relevant to say that it's composability. I think it's one of the words that we hear a lot at FICO World, and we did that on a composable way. So it took us a little bit more time to build it that way, but now we're ready to deploy for new products.
So Brain is the digital transformation program for credit solution at Bradesco Brain. We was born in 2019 with the partnership of FICO, and we turned in the biggest digital transformation program. We started with just 4 squads as a experimentation model. And nowadays we have 110 squads and 1,000 brainers working every day with purpose and autonomy. We work every day following our main statement mission, among us, you come first. So at Brain, we use the MPS and Blaze Advisor for which the best price, the best product, and the best channel, and the right amount of credit for each customer. We processing every day the right process for 40 million clients, totaling $40 billion on available credit limits.
Incredible.
And the results are credit quality, customer satisfaction, having a growth, and data latency improvement. And besides that, Brain aims to achieve the best customer experience. And for ensuring that, we have already delivered 108 new journeys for our people, with hyper-personalized journeys to ensure the best customer experience.
We have now the new optimizations in Hungary, in a BCR. We did in a Slovenska. So in all of these optimizations, we are practically doing around like a 20% profit uplift. Of course, it depends on a trade-off between the volume and the profit. But what is ahead of us, what is very interesting, is the deposits pricing optimization, which we are now finishing in Česká spořitelna, which is the real revolution in a way how to set up the products to the clients, because this is the real personalization of the interest rates on the deposit side, on a saving account, on a term deposit. So this is, I would say, really the revolutionary project. You know, I already was part of the 14 optimization projects in 5 different banks, and I still have a feeling that we are on a beginning.
Yes.
That there is still a lot of to do, and I still have a feeling that the most interesting things are ahead of us.
We needed a lending platform that was quick, allowed us to get to market very, very quickly, and that was one of the key drivers. We also wanted to be able to consume this data and be future-proof, so that if new sources, new microservices came along, we could also consume that and integrate it into the service. And in doing so, we can streamline the customer journeys. What we could also do is reduce the fallout and increase sales. And then the other key element, and I'm sure this resonates with most people in the room, is doing that at a very cost-efficient way. So I think the biggest benefit for me is the way that we can engage with stakeholders. So currently, or previously, we used to have lots of competing priorities, and then you get an unplanned activity, and I'm sure this is very familiar with everybody, and it would just grind the machine to a halt. And now what we're able to do is, because you've got the ability to do multiple tests, and you can run things in parallel, you can continue doing that testing, and you can slot something in a lot quicker. So it allows us to be more agile and continue with that development, and it's not lost time. So it's a massive contribution in terms of how that's really helped us.
We've had an excellent outcome because overall the business managed the full delivery life cycle. So that's requirements, the build work, all of the testing, and then the ability to put it into production as well. So from an IT perspective, we're only involved in some cases a small amount of regression testing and maybe approving a change to go into live. What that means is that we can focus then on newer capabilities, integration to new data providers, and really add benefits. So we're delivering, faster and more often. Later down the line, we're looking at an area that really excites us is we've got a data science function, and they've got a mortgage machine learning model. And they came to us with a requirement that we needed to link that with our mortgage originations strategies. So we've now got the capability with the FICO platform to introduce the MLX component, which then this Python model can be deployed natively, linked with the strategies, and deliver a lot of enhancements to the business, potentially market leading.